All right, welcome back. It's Sunday, what is it? It's Sunday the 20th. I got five players for the Fabtastic Five. Throw whatever you have left at some of these guys, I guess, and hopefully you're doing well in your fantasy season. First guy here, I'm going to jump right in, is Zach Galoff, 56% rostered on Yahoo and 20% on ESPN. He's shown a good power speed combo this year. He has 8 home runs and 7 stolen bases, I believe. Only played 31 games. He is batting 308 with a 993 OPS. I do expect the OPS and probably the batting average to come down a little bit, as he does have a 377 BABIP. So probably some average regression, some OPS regression if you play in an OPS league. I always like throwing it in there for you guys just so you can have an idea of how he's doing in that aspect. But overall, he has been a very good middle infield option. I do expect the power and speed, to some degree. Maybe if he played a full season, he'd be a 2020 guy. I do expect that to kind of stay, but probably with a little bit of a lower batting average going forward. Riley Green is the next guy I have here. 70% rostered on Yahoo, 22% on ESPN, so he just sneaks in. He really has had a solid season, if not for the extended IL stint that he's had. And realistically, if this was his first season in the majors and we didn't see him last year, I think he'd be getting a lot more talk, a lot more hype, whatever we want to call it, as he still is only 22. He has 11 home runs and 6 stolen bases on the year, with a 303 average and an 838 OPS. So he has been very good. The one downside to Riley Green here is that his home ballpark probably hurts him a little bit. It probably suppresses some of those numbers, especially the power numbers, as he does have really good batted ball data, 91st percentile in average exit velo, 93rd in max exit velo, and 90% percentile in hard hit rate. So the hard hit numbers are good. They're very strong. It's just that if it's Comerica Park still, not 100% sure, probably suppresses that a little bit. Royce Lewis here is the next guy, 38% rostered on Yahoo and 9% on ESPN. I believe this is the second, maybe even the third time I've thrown him on this list. It kind of shocks me that he's still this low rostered. Obviously, he's had his own problems with health as well, so not to understate that. But he has hit 319 with an 818 OPS this year. He's looked really solid, and going forward, I do expect him to play everyday third base for the Twins. The only thing is he does have 4 home runs and 2 stolen bases, so doesn't or hasn't yet contributed a lot to those categories. I do expect that to change. I believe that the power and speed should tick up a little bit down the stretch here, but a lot of contact in that profile, and I think it supports the 319 average to an extent. Could see it drop a little bit, but he has played very well. Fourth guy here, Gavin Williams, 57% rostered on Yahoo, 26% on ESPN. Through 59 and 2/3 innings pitched, he has 63 strikeouts, a 121 whip, a 302 ERA, and a 25. So those 63 strikeouts, are good for a 25.7% strike rate. I will say that his walk rate, 9.8, is a little bit high, a little bit higher than you'd want to see, but I kind of just trust the Guardians organization and what they do with their pitchers. I think he will be able to figure that out as long as they are willing to continue his development, which I see no reason as to why they wouldn't. He does have a 75 percentile whiff rate and 82 percentile barrel rate, which is really good, especially for a rookie. One thing that I want to mention is he is 6'6", and he has a 99th percentile extension. So I think that really helps him get on top of batters, being that tall, being able to extend out as far as he does. Probably makes his stuff play up a little bit, whether that be the fastball or whatever. Probably makes it look like he's pitching right on top of you. So I would imagine that helps him a considerable amount with that. Last guy here, Edouard Julien, 20% rostered on Yahoo and 5% on ESPN. What I'll say here is that the surface level numbers look really good. 287 average, 859 OPS, 10 home runs and 3 steals, with a 92nd percentile walk rate, I want to say. So all those are really good. One thing The only thing is the batted ball profile isn't the best. I want to say he's 43rd percentile in average exit velocity, somewhere around there. So just below average. Realistically, the power is somewhat middling, but it has been able to play up. He spreads the ball pretty evenly across the field, 39% to his pull side, roughly 30% to center, 30% to his off-plate side there. But he spreads it relatively evenly, which may help with the batting average. I'd like to see the batted ball data be a little bit better for me to fully buy in on Edouard Julien. I do think that he will, continue to develop and be a really solid player going forward. Maybe the power number is a little bit high right now, but if he's able to pull the ball and get it into the air, we've seen Alex Bregman do it before in years past. Obviously, that was in 2019. He had 41 home runs, didn't have the most amazing batted ball data, but he was able to do it. And I will say juice ball era, whatever. The balls seem to be bouncier, but Edouard Julien, not to get off track, does seem to be quite a good option as far as points league. He may be better suited to that format if you do play in a points league. So that is the names that I have for you today. Hope you guys are doing great. Finish strong in your fantasy leagues. I'll see you on the other side.